guys, welcome back to our channel, and it's just going to be me in this video. I'm going to be talking about my postpartum baby update. I'm going to be exposing myself, and I'm going to be revealing what my stomach looks like to the entire world, so that's really great. I've had my coffee, so I've kind of mentally prepared for this. But there's a lot of stuff that you guys want to know. There's a lot of questions that you have about my postpartum, and I said I was going to do a 2-week postpartum update. We got really busy with Vlogmas, and then with all the teen moms coming into town that I just kind of pushed it to the side. And now Avery will be 1 month old tomorrow. But I do have pictures that I will be inserting of my stomach along the way when I get to that part. There is a lot that you guys want me to talk about, like my mental health, how Ben feels about my body, my stretch marks, what I'm eating, how much I weigh, like all of that stuff. You guys want to know the tea. So I'm about to give it to you. This may be a long video because there's like 10 or 12 bullet points that I have on this little notebook right here. I have it right here so I don't have to edit for years and years and years, and it'll be a little bit more organized, I guess. The last kind of sit down video I did was my birth story, so if you haven't gotten to see my birth story, I will definitely link it down below and have it up there for you guys to click on so that you know what happened. And I will also have like our birth vlog linked down below as well. Also, people are probably going to ask, but I got this shirt from Target. This is going to be all the nasty stuff, like literally my vagina, how it's looking, how it's feeling, any bleeding, how I'm pooping, breastfeeding, and boobs. So if you're not into that, then just don't watch this video because I'm literally about to start talking about that. So let's start with breastfeeding. When I breastfed Ella, it was really hard. My mom had to help me a lot, and honestly, if she did not help me, Ella probably would have been formula fed, but I pushed myself really hard. And kind of TMI, I have really short nipples. Like they're really short. They don't like stick out at all. And if you've breastfed before, you know that when your milk comes in, your boobs get like really big. And so then like my boobs just kind of spread out and made them even shorter basically. It's hard for a baby to latch onto it, but Avery was a champ, and I guess I knew what I was doing, and she just kind of figured it out. She didn't even like a nipple shield. She just wanted my boobs. Ella was not having it. She was way too impatient, so when she couldn't like find my nipple, then she would like freak out and start screaming. She was just like really hungry, I guess. Avery was a little bit more patient with me in the beginning, and she really got the hang of it. Now we're smooth sailing. Like my milk has regulated. I don't have to pump anymore in the mornings. I used to not be able to sit up by myself because like under my arms hurt so bad from being so engorged, and I have like so much milk in the freezer from that. But now my milk has regulated. My boobs aren't sore anymore. We're good. So the next thing is time management. A lot of you guys ask me like, how do you spread your time from Ben and Ella and Avery? Like, how are you doing it all? Honestly, Ben and I have gotten a really good schedule down, and some videos that are going to be coming out soon are morning and night routines, so you guys can really see what we do and how we work together. If Avery was really colicky or if she just didn't sleep, I would not be able to do everything that I do. I give it all to her just being a really good baby. Basically, Ben's just spending a little bit more time with her and doing the majority of the things with Ella, especially in the morning, and then at night we kind of just tag team it. I feel like I'm spending a really good amount of time with Ella. With Avery, obviously she's breastfeeding, she sleeps with me, like she's constantly with me, so I don't really worry about that. And then with Ben, we've made it a point to spend time together after Ella goes to bed. Ella goes to sleep at 8, and literally right when she hits the pillow, she's a really good sleeper, so she goes straight to bed, and Ben and I will watch a show. And this last week we watched You. We watched the entire season of You, which is on Netflix. We just make it a point to like spend time together. Ben and I are really like best friends, and anybody who knows us in person knows that we legit are like best friends, and we make fun of each other, and we just like to spend time together. So I don't know, nothing's really changed. Just like we just added somebody else to it, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just really good, you know? The next one I'm going to be talking about is my mental health. I think my mental health was a lot worse when I was pregnant, like coming up on the time that I was going to be giving birth. I was really worried about how Ella was going to react. I was really worried about time management. And now that she's here and I see that Ella just adores her so much and time management isn't really a problem, I feel so good. I had a couple days after she was born, probably like a week into her being born, I was crying. I probably cried like 2 or 3 times, but that was just because I really felt like we were focusing on other people and not our family. I felt like our days revolved around people coming over to see Avery, and oh, we're going to see this person wants to see her, this person's coming over for however long. And it was a Christmas season, and it just kind of sucked because our entire day was revolved around other people and not our family. So once I talked to Ben about that, we made it a point to just kind of stop seeing people and stop letting people come over until Christmas was over, and then people could come and visit again. That was the only time I had a hard time mentally, and I was crying a lot, and I didn't know why until I could like finally put words to it. But I'm really trying to stay out of a rut. I'm keeping myself busy. We've been vlogging and posting every single day. We had friends come and like spend time with us for a week, and I think just because I've been keeping myself occupied, I just feel really good. And I think also my recovery and how I feel about my body this time around, and how I know I'm going to look, because last time I didn't know what my body was going to look like after. Now this time I was prepared. I feel really good. So hopefully it stays that way. No baby blues, no postpartum anxiety, no postpartum depression. Like, I don't want any of that. Stay the hell away from me. We're just not going to deal with that. Next one is my vagina. Sorry, I'm like waving this thing around. Vagina health, people. If you don't want to hear about this, click off the video. You already heard about my nipples. If you don't want to hear about my vagina, then just bye. I did not tear with Ella or with Avery, so my recoveries were pretty easy. I hear that if you tear, it's like honestly terrible, and it was my worst fear going in this time around. My mom told me if I didn't tear with Ella, I probably wouldn't tear with Avery, so she was right. I didn't tear with Avery, and that played a huge role in how my body recovered and how I was so mobile after. Right after I had her, when I went to the bathroom, the nurse was like, oh, you don't need like that little squirty bottle, you can just like wipe yourself because you didn't tear. And I was like, great. So I never had to use one of those squirty bottle thingies. I thought that I would still have to use that bottle thing after, but she was like, nope, you're good. I didn't have any pain down there. I didn't have any swelling either. That was a question, is if I had any swelling, and I didn't, because I think it was because I just didn't push for very long. I pushed for 5 contractions and she was out. It was really funny. I asked my nurse, I was like, am I swollen down there? And I just like lift up my blanket, and she's like, nope, you're good. My like vaginal recovery, I guess you would say, is going great. It's completely back to normal now. I think it's been normal for like a week or two, but we're still just letting her heal. The next one is losing weight. I think I'm at a standstill right now. It's been a month since I had her. I lost weight really rapidly this time, and my stomach went down really fast as well. I'm kind of at a standstill. I'm kind of at the same place I was for about a week now. So this really is coming down to like my muscle strength and just continuing to eat well, and then starting to exercise in about a week or so. I feel like I'm going to kind of stay this way until I start exercising. Hi, precious girl. Come here.
So you could show her in it.
Ella has the cutest little t-shirt on. Hi. Can you say hi? You know she's about to cry when you take her away.
Yeah. Come here. You go watch Anna.
Yeah, she's about to have a mental breakdown. As you can see, Ella is still extremely attached to me. She's definitely a mama's girl, and I thought that that would change. I say that all the time. I just, with her getting older, I think it's going to change. Avery's waking up over there. So let's get into my epidural and how I'm doing with that. I haven't had any problems with where they stuck me with my epidural. I did have some pain there and like a scab there for a while. Now I don't even like feel it anymore. I did have a little bit of headaches afterward, and I haven't had any headaches, so I think it's pretty much gone away. Am I terrified to get another epidural? Absolutely. Yeah, that was not fun. Okay, this kind of goes into like my vagina stuff, but you guys are wondering if I'm still bleeding. I stopped bleeding about a week ago, but if you've given birth, you know that. First of all, the smell is foul. It is a horrible smell when like everything's coming out of you, but it's not just blood, it's like some other stuff too. So I'm not bleeding anymore, but I still have that nasty stuff like coming out of me still. So I think it'll probably be going away here like within a week or so. How I'm adjusting to having 2 kids. Honestly, this adjustment has been so easy. It is the easiest thing, I think, but I also have been here all day every day to help me, and I haven't had a day alone since she's been born, which is coming up this weekend. I'm going to be alone because Ben's going skiing this weekend, or snowboarding or whatever. So I'm going to be alone, and I may make a video of me trying to do everything with a newborn and a toddler because I'm kind of scared. I have one more topic to talk about, and Avery is starting to get really grumpy, so we need to speed this thing up. I wanted to talk about my poop. me pooping is definitely a topic you guys want me to talk about. So if you were here for the nipples, if you were here for the vagina and you're still here for this, I'm not even going to tell you to leave, because if you went through both of those, then you probably don't care about this either. So I'm going to kind of compare Avery's with Ella's because it is a completely different story. With Ella, I had hemorrhoids and it was literally the worst pain I've ever, no, it's not the worst pain I've ever felt, but it was definitely terrible. I used to bleed so much whenever I would go number 2, but I also pushed for an hour with Ella. So literally I just kind of endured it for a little bit, and then after me dreading to go to the bathroom and it being so painful and like bleeding so much every single time I went to the bathroom, I was finally like, I probably need to get some medication for myself. So I had to get those things that you put up your butthole. This is all with Ella. This is not this time around. Eventually they healed. I want to say like 4 to 6 months after I had her, I was still dealing with this. It was so painful. This time around, I didn't have any hemorrhoids, and I took stool softeners for probably longer than I should have. I probably took them for about 2 weeks, and I don't have any trouble going to the bathroom. It is perfectly painless, I would say. Okay, so now I'm going to get into everything about my belly. And there's a few things that I wanted to talk about because I kind of want surgery done and I want to explain all of that. Plus I want to kind of go through my stomach pictures and how they looked. And I'm going to be putting like the pictures here up on the screen so you guys can see them. So first, I guess I'll go through those, which I need to go and like find them as well. My stomach went down so much prettier this time, I guess you could say. With Ella, I carried her way higher, so my stomach looked so freaking weird, but this time around it actually looked like normal. I was just like decreasing in pregnancy, I guess you could say. I took a picture the day I had her, and I'll insert those here, like a front view and a kind of side view. That was the day I had her. I looked so freaking rough. That's probably half the size my belly was before I had her. And then I think I took a picture right before I left the hospital. This is a front view and then a side view, and you can already see that my stomach went down like a little bit more, but it's still out there, you know? Okay, the next picture I took was 3 days or 2 days after that last picture on December 13th, and sorry for the freaking mess in the background. We had just had a baby, so yeah, but that's my stomach 3 days after I had her. Here's a picture of my stomach 6 days after I had her, and it looks kind of the same, but as you guys can see on what I'm talking about now, it is kind of going down in pregnancy instead of bigger in pregnancy. It's getting smaller in pregnancy, if that makes sense. And I have a comparison picture here of 6 days with Avery and then 6 days with Ella, and you can see what I mean by my stomach went down a lot prettier this time. Okay, so here's my stomach 20 days after I had her, so almost 3 weeks, I guess. That's what my stomach looked like. So I was like a week ago, and this is like with my leggings up to kind of hold in my stomach. And I think that's all the pictures that I had. I swore I took more pictures, but now we're getting into like the girls being here and stuff. Okay, so now Avery will be 1 month old tomorrow, and I kind of wanted to talk a little bit just about body image and how I feel about my body. This time around, I feel a lot better about my body because it pretty much looks the same. I have a few more stretch marks that I'll show you, but it pretty much looks the same as it did when I had Ella. So I'm just not really surprised by the way that it looks right now. My muscles are pretty separated. I think they kind of went back to normal after Ella, but the way that I carried her, my stomach came out very far and very pokey. I got a lot of stretch marks and my muscles separated a lot, and I also got an umbilical hernia. So this time around with Avery, my umbilical hernia got bigger. My doctor was like, we probably need to keep an eye on that, and it may go back, but you may need surgery to fix it if that's what you want to do. The way that my skin is, my muscle separation and my umbilical hernia, I may opt to get surgery later on down the road when I'm done having kids, just to sew my muscles back up together, fix my hernia, fix my skin, and fix my boobs, like the whole makeover thing. I don't know, we'll see. That's how I feel right now. I don't hate myself, but when I'm done having kids, would I like to have better skin? Yeah, like if we can afford it, then yeah. So that's definitely a long way down the road, but it's just something on my mind right now. So I wanted to show you guys my stomach. Everybody's postpartum stomach is different. Everybody's skin stretches differently. Everybody carries differently. So all that matters is that you just love who you are in your own skin, and if you want to work on yourself, then work on yourself. And that's how I feel right now. Like, I don't hate my body, but do I want it to be better? Yeah, I want it to be better. I'm going to insert right now like what Ben said about my body. Ben's right here. I'm like inserting this clip afterward. How do you feel about my mom tum?
Your mom tum?
How do you feel about my jiggly tummy?
I love it. I don't have anything against it. What do you mean?
That's it? You think I'm cute with my
You gave
my muffin
birth
top?
to 2 children in like 2.5 years.
In 1.5 years.
You're right. So,
Yeah.
I don't... Plus, it's not even that bad.
You think I'm still hot with my
I think
saggy stomach?
no matter what you have, I'm thinking you're hot. You could be a Teletubby and I would still think you're hot. And you know that.
So that's all that matters. If he still thinks I'm hot, then I guess that's fine, you know? Okay, I'm really about to expose this on the internet. Oh, okay. I have a lot of new stretch marks, so I'll kind of like show them to you guys. Okay, so I have refilmed this part like 14 times. Okay, she's just gonna have to squeal. She has her passy and she's fine. So, this is my stomach after having 2 babies. This is what my stomach looks like. Yeah, so all of this was from Ella, this like saggy part right here. All of these tiny stretch marks are from Ella. I have some new ones right here that are all from Avery, and then I have a few on my side that are also from Avery, but this is like my side angle right now. So like the front of my stomach looks bad, my side profile doesn't look too bad, but when you turn you're like, oh, okay. So yeah, this probably isn't what you guys are expecting. I have such loose skin like on my sides, and then like my stomach is just really loose still, so she needs some toning. But yeah, Ben still likes me even with this. Well, that was a lot. Avery is now eating so I can finish this video. That's how my stomach looks. Do I hate it? No. Do I love it? No. I was way more sad about it with Ella because that's when the damage was done. Avery just kind of added to it in different places, so it doesn't bother me this time around. So yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. I call it my old man skin because it's not like stretch marks necessarily like around my belly button. It's like really saggy skin, and it'll go down more as I start exercising and stuff like that because it's only been a month. And if you guys want me to like continue doing updates on my stomach and what it looks like, then I can definitely do that. Do I want to wear bikinis? No. Do I want to wear crop tops? No. I always remind myself that without my stomach looking like that, I wouldn't have Ella or I wouldn't have Avery. It just, I don't know, it makes me a little bit emotional because Ben literally does not care what my body looks like at all. Like, it makes me, like, I don't know, it just makes me happy that he literally just, that's not what it's about for him. And if my stomach didn't look that way, then I wouldn't have my 2 daughters. And so, I don't know why I'm like tearing up right now like this. It's just worth it for me to be able to have them. And to give like a tiny bit of an update on Avery, I feel like this video is just way too long to do a whole update on her. I'll do an update on the day that we go and get her hearing test done. She did fail her hearing test in the hospital, so we have to go get her hearing checked out on the 14th. So I will do a whole update on her when we go and do that, but for now she's just growing like crazy. She sleeps so well. I hope we bonded through this experience of you knowing what my body looks like and what my vagina is like and what my boobs are like and what my poop is like. Like, you're welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram before you leave, and we will see you in our next video. Bye guys.
You set my world on fire.